flash floods.
The water comes in quick, and there's really no time to react to it.
Supreme Court allows Education Department cuts,
giving a green light to fire 1,400 employees.
And Queen Bee robbed.
Unreleased music by Beyonce was stolen.
Good morning, I'm Cammie McCormick with the CBS World News Roundup. Heavy flooding has swept across parts of the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast after torrential rains. In New Jersey, there were stranded vehicles on roadways and subway service suspended in New York due to the flooding. CBS's Rob Marciano.
The rainfall came fast and furious, flooding roads and leaving drivers with little time to escape.
Within like 15, 20 minutes, it went from just a little stream of water and then it just started flooding over.
More than half a foot of rain falling in Scotch Plains, New Jersey, leading to dramatic water rescues. First responders using rafts to rescue people from the flooded streets. Rescue crews wading through knee-deep water to save a man trapped in rushing water. Others were carried to dry land in a front loader.
We couldn't go any further, so we had to get out. We tried to go up the road and we couldn't, so they told us just to stay there and they came and picked me up in a loader.
I've never seen flooding like this.
Michael Vargas says he was trapped in his car for more than an hour. And in Westchester, New York, cars left abandoned as floodwater reached the roofs of their vehicles.
Wow.
In Pennsylvania, puddles of murky water swamping the streets in Mount Joy after 7.5 inches fell, drenching the area. And in Manhattan, more than 2.5 inches of rain inundating the city streets. The floodwaters pouring into some subway stations, even into the train cars, forcing some passengers to kneel in their seats to stay dry as they watch the water surge onto the platform.
When it rains here in New York, it sucks.
Flash flooding is still holding up recovery efforts in Texas, where at least 132 people were killed 11 days ago. CBS's Jason Allen has the latest from Kerrville.
Water submerged roadways and overwhelmed rivers in Texas Monday, forcing volunteers searching for bodies from July 4th flash floods in central Texas to evacuate to higher ground. We cannot afford to have people in the water and right next to the water that are not swiftwater rescue trained and capable of at least saving themselves from being near that water. Nearly 100 people are reported missing along the Guadalupe River. We don't know where they are. We don't know how many we lost. We've heard accounts of trailer after trailer after trailer being swept into the river with families in them. Can't find the trailers.
Arizona's governor wants a federal investigation into the Park Service's handling of a devastating wildfire that had been allowed to burn for days along the Grand Canyon's north rim. The Park Service said the fire was allowed to burn to benefit the land. Initially, no structures were threatened, and crews were keeping an eye on it. Spokeswoman Joelle Baird.
That was all working as planned up until July 10th. Unfortunately, we had really strong, aggressive winds come up, and that changed the fire behavior dramatically.
It grew by nearly 8 times and destroyed, among other things, the historic Grand Canyon Lodge. Inflation picked up last month, as analysts had expected. Part of it was due to energy costs, but also household furnishings and apparel, which economists were watching for signs of cost hikes from tariffs. The Supreme Court is allowing President Trump to dismantle the Education Department and lay off 1,400 employees. Legal analyst Lori Levinson.
A court had put a hold on that, saying that Trump had gone too far because he was basically trying to eliminate an agency that had been authorized by Congress. But the Supreme Court is allowing Trump to do that firing, even though it has not been resolved whether this is essentially eliminating the federal agency.
More than 20 states have sued the administration over billions of dollars in frozen funding for after-school care and summer programs. Congress had approved the money. The administration said it wanted to make sure the programs align with Trump's priorities. In Europe, officials are meeting to discuss how to move ahead with President Trump's plans for assisting Ukraine. Denmark's foreign minister, Lars Rasmussen.
We must work out the details. The most important thing is that we now have American readiness to deliver these most needed weapons.
The Washington Post is reporting the Trump administration will no longer allow immigrants who arrive in the U.S. illegally to be eligible for a bond hearing as they fight deportation. The Post cites a memo from the acting ICE director telling officers that those immigrants should be detained for the duration of their removal proceedings, which can take months or even years. 5 minutes past the hour.
Well, that's today's news. It's 55 degrees in Castro.